Episode 7. Paul taught the law was abolished. One of the most misused names in the debate over the law and Sabbath is the Apostle Paul. Some argue that Paul taught the law was abolished, but when we examine his writings in context, it becomes clear that Paul upheld the 10 Commandments, including the Sabbath. Romans 3:31 says, "Do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid, yea, we establish the law." Paul taught that salvation comes by grace through faith, but that faith doesn't erase obedience. Instead, it confirms it. Paul repeatedly honored the Sabbath. In Acts chapter 17:2 it says, "And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the Scriptures." In Acts 18:4, Paul reasoned in the synagogue every Sabbath and persuaded both Jews and Greeks. If Paul was preaching the abolition of the Sabbath, why would he be keeping it himself? The confusion often comes from Paul's letters, where he discusses the law. Sometimes he refers to the ceremonial law of sacrifices and ordinances, which pointed to Christ and ended at the cross. Colossians chapter 2:14. But in other places, like Romans 7:12, Paul speaks of the moral law, "Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good." Paul even said in Romans 7:22, "For I delight in the law of God after the inward man." He wasn't trying to destroy the law, he was preaching Christ's power to help us obey it from the heart. Let's not twist Paul's writings to justify lawlessness. As Peter warned, some wrest Paul's epistles unto their own destruction. 2 Peter 3:16. Paul never preached that the Sabbath was abolished. He preached that grace empowers us to keep God's commandments.